Hey, how you doing? My name is Golden. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for clicking on this link. I want to talk about the Trayvon Martin case. I think it has given us a great opportunity to come together. It allows us to not only look at Zimmerman, but what it's really doing is forcing us to look at ourselves. Let's compare it to this. Let's say we were to see Shaquille O'Neal walking down the street and he had this bowl on the top of his head. Now, we would probably be thinking, what is in that bowl? But he's 7 feet tall, so there's no way we could find out. But what if I was to stick my foot in front of Shaquille O'Neal and he stumbles? I create adversity for him and he falls and the bowl spills, right? We would then be able to see what's inside. Created by the adversity, now we're able to take a look. I think that's what this case is doing for a lot of us. That adversity that we feel inside is causing us to say some things we shouldn't say, think some things we shouldn't think, but really it's causing us to orchestrate different groups. And I think these groups are counterproductive because we're forming these me against you type groups, these us against them type groups, and that's only going to make matters worse. Here in Memphis, next month, August 15th, we're having a One Heart event. This is an event in which we're going to have all races come together. We're going to have a couple of speakers, and we're going to break up into groups, and we're going to talk about issues. We're going to be real open with each other about how do you feel. Like I use me for example. I think part of being a leader is you start with yourself first. Whenever I'm watching a sporting event, if it's a black person going against a white person, I always root for the black person. I don't know if it's because stories that my mom has told me from her past, or I really can't pinpoint where it comes from. But that's how I feel. Do I let that dictate how I treat people, how I treat other races? Absolutely not. I love white people like I love black people. I think it's some bad decision making blacks as well as bad decision making whites. I don't group everyone into one size fits all. We're all are different. This Trayvon Martin case is not a case in which we should be further divided. If we were to do that, we'll be going backwards in history. If we have to make this world a better world for our youth, for the next generation, we're making it worse. This case was not supposed to do that. We have to touch people's hearts now. We have to come to the table and talk about issues and really iron out how we feel in a professional manner. If you're listening to this video and you do not live in Memphis, form something in your neighborhood, in your city. You can name it One Heart if you want to. The name's not important. What's really important is that you come to the table and you discuss your issues, but more importantly, what do we do now? You look at the NFL, for example. Every year they have this event called the Pro Bowl, which is basically different players from different respective teams. They come together in Hawaii and they play on the same team, right? But when it's over, they go back to their different separated teams. And if we're not careful, after our One Heart event, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this great event. We're going to say great event, and we're going to go back to our teams. And we're going to play separately, divided. And that's what we're going to leave for our youth. That's what we're going to leave for our kids. Man, we have a great opportunity to get this thing right. What Satan meant for bad, God meant for good. It can really be a silver lining from this. Michael Jordan once said, I have to turn a negative into a positive. So many people forming these groups are turning negatives into other negatives. It's not going to work. It's not good. You're only going to produce more Trayvon Martins of all ethnicities, and that would be a greater tragedy. Memphis, we have to try our best to develop one heart. August 15th will give us a chance to do exactly that. Sign up for One Heart. You can do it two ways. The One Heart event is on Facebook, or you can go to marygolden.com and go on I think it's calendar and events. Go to Facebook. It's not about me becoming mayor. That's not important to me. That's God's will, whether it's me or not. Who cares? What I do care about, however, is the state of my city, Memphis, Tennessee. We have to get it right, y'all. We have to do better than what we're doing. I'm starting it. It starts with me. Follow my lead. Let's make Memphis an example for the rest of this country. Follow my lead, Memphis. Join One Heart. Let's do this.